Hello, this is Sandra Hart at Life Over 60, and today we're going to talk about living life in a forward motion. I have often thought of life as a string of pearls. Each experience, each thing that we do in life, we add a pearl every day. Now, some of those pearls are not perfect, and we set them aside. But those perfect pearls, we string each time, and it becomes the story of our life. The string of pearls that we wear are made up of everything that we have done in life. Hello, it's so great to see you again. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's kind of chilly here this weekend in South Beach, so I'm wearing a sweater and we're kind of all bundled up, but it's nice. It's a nice change. The other day, my daughter and I watched a movie on Netflix by Jonah Hill, the actor, and it was called Stutz. And actually, it was so interesting because it was a documentary on an interview with his psychotherapist, Philip Stutz. Now, Philip Stutz has written a book a while back called Tools, and he has a very unique way of thinking how we can get out of depression and how we can live moving our life forward. And I really found it extremely fascinating. So I thought I'm going to put the link below to Jonah's movie. I'm also going to put a link below for the book that you can get on Amazon. Now, Stutz has really a very unusual way of thinking of things. And it's something that some of the things I really have talked about before, but I really think that it's so interesting the way that he thinks about life and the way we can move forward in our lives. What he wants us to do is to live our life in forward motion. Well, between you and I have to agree that that is not always so easy. It's easy to think about it, but it's not always easy to do. And sometimes we would like to change our attitudes, but changing our attitude does not really solve the problem. If we change our attitude and we don't do anything, it's not going to work. Now, a change in attitude is great, but actually it's not enough. Attitudes are not strong enough to change your control of behavior. We need to constantly take action. Stutz believes that every time we have a problem in life, there is a different action and a tool that we can use to get through that problem, whatever it is in your life. So I'm going to kind of talk about these problems. I have 5 of them down that I think it might be thought for us, food for thought, that maybe you might kind of incorporate into your life if you are wanting to live the highest possible life ever. And when you have problems, if you want to probably bring out these tools in your toolkit and try to use them. Each tool is for a specific challenge. Tool number 1, reverse desire. Now, exactly what does that mean? We all tend to avoid emotional pain, don't we? When you do that, and when you try to avoid pain, you are not going to go anywhere, and you actually have to face that emotional pain. We need to remember that when we have emotional pain, we can hit that wall, break through it, and our potential is on the other side. Don't let fear stop you from seeing that potential that can be made on the other side. So instead of crawling up and curling up into a ball with your emotional pain and being frozen, take action. and try to get out of that pain and realize that the pain you're going through is a growth experience, but it also will open up the potential that is on the other side of that pain. It sounds crazy, but it actually does work. The second one is active love. Now, I talk about love a lot, don't I? And especially at the end of my videos, I talk about love a lot. But if somebody does something to you, it creates a maze in your head, and you keep thinking these thoughts of retribution and what you want to do and how could they do that and how awful this is. Well, you can break through that maze by actualizing, radiating love. Send thoughts of love to that person who has hurt you, who you feel has abused you, and you will be amazed that mental maze that you are going in, being so angry and feeling so hurt. If you stop that and get out of that maze and actually try to think and close your eyes and think of sending that person love, and visualize sending really radiation and waves of love to that person. Believe it or not, it will relieve you of that hate and of that feeling of being used or hurt. It sounds like it doesn't work, but honestly, I have tried it and it actually does work. Tool number 3 is inner authority. Now, what does that mean? Inner authority means you have to give power to that part of yourself that you really don't like. It's your shadow self. Maybe it's what you were when you were younger. Maybe it's what you feel inside and you're hiding from everyone else. When you merge that shadow self into who you are and you accept all of those things about yourself that you really don't like and that you are actually hiding from other people, when you merge that shadow self into you and you accept it as that is who you are and that is a part of you that will be there forever, when you actualize and accept all of those things about yourself that you don't like, you will be surprised that it will make you stronger and it will make you a more accepting and it will make you a better person. All of us, each and every one of us, has that shadow self that we are ashamed of, that we're hiding from other people. But when you accept that and bring it into who you are, it makes you a more positive and stronger person. Tool number 4 is one that I talked about so often, and that is gratitude. There is no better way to connect to the higher force of joy, love, and all good things with gratitude. Tool number 5 may sound very strange. It's called jeopardy. Now, what is jeopardy? All of the tools that we've talked about are nice, but guess what? If we really want to be able to tap into our highest life, we have to have willpower. Willpower is the magic secret to living a more purposeful life. Just imagine if you were at the end of your life and you're thinking back about all of the things and you want to share with somebody what they should do with their life or things that you have learned in your life. Isn't it willpower? Isn't it willpower that you have had to overcome all of the obstacles in your life, no matter how big or small? Without willpower, we cannot implement any of these tools that He has given us. Willpower is the heart of optimal living. I know from personal experience, it really isn't easy to change your life. But I think using these tools really can help you. And as I said in the opening of this video, I think about life as a string of pearls. Each one you put on day after day after day. Some of them are not perfect. You set those aside and you don't dwell on them. But life is a string of pearls. And if you always stop and do the right thing, like a perfect pearl, then the right things will come back to you. If you always do the right thing, then the next right thing will happen. Honestly, it never fails. Thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you all will just have a wonderful day today and do something great for yourself. And think about these tools. Maybe watch the documentary that I've put below. And just be kind to whomever crosses your path, because it will come back to you in many, many times fold. And of course, let's share the love and pray for world peace. And please know, no matter how you feel today, you are never alone, and you are truly, truly loved. Thank you, and I hope to see you again in my next video.